So shooting in the sun, but as you can see, there's a wheelbarrow now where there was a big, massive pile of bricks. I managed to find 2 homes for. So that now leaves me waiting for the shed to go. So the plumbing is back on the cards now. Bit bodgy, hate it really, but it's what I had. I've recycled everything, so it's not cost me anything. So it was all stuff that I'd got in my plumbing box, and yes, you can see it's a bit wet because there was some issues. First one was the isolation valve, which I've reused from over the other side. Originally it was up there where the electric box now is, and the pipe used to go up along there, down here, and feed the water heater, which I bumped into and ripped the arm off of. So I've got to take the whole thing off, take it out of the plastic cabinet, and sweat the joint back on after trying to clean it all up. So that was FRE number 1. FRE number 2 was when I turned the water on and bled the system of the air out through the water heater. This, well, not this particular one because this is replaced, but the little screw ball control was a nice streaming jet of water. So that was the first one. Turn that off. Luckily, I had one exactly the same, because sometimes these sneaky devils change the thread pattern so you can't use the existing nuts. I'll have to change the whole bloody lot, try and get the olives off. But fortunately, that was okay. So it's going to come down here to an elbow. Don't like. I was going to do soldering, but I've got all this stuff to use up. Plus, it gives you the advantage of a bit of manoeuvrability. I've left the washing machine tee on and the old machine outlet here, just in case I need to put one in or repair one and test it. So that will come down, connect to that with a bit more jiggery pokery, and go out through the wall and feed the water pipe down the big shed down the bottom. There was a John Guest fitting there which started to leak for some reason. The problem is we're in such a hard water area. What happens is where you're fitting, there's an O-ring and then a little claw clasp. That's where it sort of seals the pipe round, and the claw grips it so it can't pull out. What happens, because we're in hard water, is the bit past the fitting gets a little bit of build up lime scale on it. Then when you want to pull them off, they're jammed against a little piece of lime scale that's building up. Looks like we've got another issue with this one. Could be the pipe, because again, like I said, where the you get a ring of lime scale and then it corrodes, and if it's sitting on the seat, water can get past it, which it looks like it might be doing this. I might have to clean the pipe up again or cut it down and put another bloody bit in. So yeah, they're not the great wonder that everyone thought they were. They're alright if you don't use them again, but that's not really their intended purpose. So if not, I can take that off and solder a joint on. The only problem is I like doing these crappy plastic fittings, because in the winter, if you don't get all the water out of the pipe and it freezes and it hydraulics, it can push these off without doing any damage, or it can do a damage, but it's a simple, easy replace. If it does the same here, you've got to change all the pipe work, clean it all up. So it's easier for remedial work, but I'm leaving that bit in. So if there's a kitchen unit here and a cold water pipe goes back, I'll put a drain down, so that will be the lowest point. So in the winter, I can turn the stopcock off there and then drain this whole piece out. Obviously there'll be a bit of standing water in the blue pipe underground, but that should take that. The other one that comes across from the garden tap over here, and obviously it's quite shallow at the minute because I've excavated about 6 inches of soil. So that's it for part 1 of this off tracks plumbing. God knows what's coming next. Well, more plumbing by the looks of it, fixing these bloody bits. But I'll have that. I've had enough today. Well, a nice day and a welcome breeze down here. Of course, the other side of the sheds, it's a bit warmer without the wind. But about the time they've done the riverbank, they normally come down after harvest and clear it out, all the weeds starting to grow again. And for the coarse fishermen amongst us, I was going to put a peg here. A bit high up off the river, but there's not a lot in this side. The other side you do get a small pike, perch, a bit roach, but doesn't seem to be much this side. Might be too high in nitrates, I don't know. Well, the water has been left on overnight. I don't see any damp patches. Well, only those that ain't dried out yet. So, can't pressure test the other end because I haven't got a bung for it. Not that it's connected to anything. But let's have a look. Well, looks like we have success. We've got water coming out this end. Just need to get it inside the shed. But for now, electrical matters are on the cards. So now it's time to go back to the solar. Might as well get it done before bloody winter. Got all this nice weather at the minute and we're not taking advantage of it. So got to make starts on that. I'm still waiting for a DC isolator. AC isolator is that one there. That's coming out of the consumer unit into the meter and then goes into the inverter. I've got to move my photocell for the outside light that's not there now because the outside light went out through where that is. And got to put a 16 amp outlet on the board for the plasma cutter and get rid of that, move that somewhere else. Probably don't need it now. So I'm going to get the 16 amp, I'll swap that one out and put a 16 amp at the bottom of it. They're on a separate fuse to the rest of the ring. Not too worried about the water heater at the minute. That can be a round to it job, like most of my stuff is. So, up tracks update. Trench is now dug for the replacement sewer pipe, which I did do the little exploratory hole there to find out exactly where the line was, and it was leaking because it overfills. But we have a crack here and one down that end pipe, which is kind of a happy accident because I need to put a sleeve on there and I can backfill all this, then progress through there. Oh shit.